Listen, I'm easy to find. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.
What's going on, YouTube? Wednesday. I cannot believe that. Hope you're all having a great week. Hope you're all staying safe. This is episode 23, 25, 25. Yes. Season 7 of Big Meat Sports Talk. I do apologize. I was supposed to go live last night, but I did not do that. I had some things outside of YouTube to take care of. Sean Spencer, what's going on, sir? Before we get into it, there's a few things I need to say up front. So we're going to recap. Close the window blinds. All right, let's see. Hold on. Is that better? We're going to recap. I know I'm late to the party with Memphis Grizzlies, Golden State Warriors. Recap game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, Miami versus Boston. Give a small preview for that. Then I got to preview the Western Conference Finals tonight, Golden State versus Dallas. And then the last video for Season 7 will be the Washington Mystics. I was supposed to go live yesterday with that, with the preview and then the post game, but I could not do that, unfortunately. So that's going to be it for Season 7. So be tuned in for Season 8. Season 8 will most likely start Friday, Thursday, depending. Because you're going to see some new things in Season 8. So be tuned in for that. But for some reason my banners on StreamYard have been acting funny. I last episode it didn't even have my Bucks banner up there, which was weird. So the Warriors defeated the Grizzlies in 6 games. The final score was 110-96. I was surprised that the Warriors did not close it out in 5, because that was an embarrassing performance to get blown out like that. And even in Game 6, it wasn't pretty. They still got the job done. The offense clicked when it needed to. They were disruptive on the defensive side of the ball. They created turnovers, a lot of transition opportunities. Andrew Wiggins stepped up, particularly in the fourth quarter. I thought not having John Morant definitely played a factor. Yes, I do think that was a dirty play of, I can't remember who it was that grabbed his knee and John went the other way. If John Morant was in there, I could see the Grizzlies beating them in Game 6. But you got to tip your hat off to them. I mean, Klay Thompson, when it mattered, he finished with a good 30 points. But, I mean, kind of reminds me in the Western Conference Finals back in 2016, I think it was, where Klay went off for 41. It kind of reminds me of that. And I want to kill this noise of creating false narratives on players and their reputation, especially with Gary Payton II. Was it a dirty play? Yes. Was it intentional? No. Is Dylan Brooks a dirty player? No. There's not enough tape on him to even consider him a dirty player. The play where Ja injured, his knee got injured. Was that a dirty play? Yes and no. So I mean, this was a physical. When in the playoffs, it's more physical. The game slows down, and it was going to come down to making stops, creating turnovers, being disruptive, and Golden State did that. And you have to give them Memphis some credit. They got a young talent. They finished as the second seed in the playoffs, and they have a lot to hang their hat on. I mean, a lot of us looked at Memphis like a 5th, 6th seed. I mean, like I said, when Ja went down, that was pretty much it. They were right. They fought until like the last 5 minutes of Game 6, and it was over. Like, you got to look at this. You've got, and again, this It's about the others. Other than John Morant, you got Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson, Dylan Brooks, Tyus Jones, Steven Adams. You've got others that when their numbers are called, they're stepping up to the plate. That's what the others mean around your star player. And when you look at this Grizzly team, they and a lot of youth. And I believe they actually have one of the Lakers' top protected pick coming into this draft. So their ceiling is high. They should, in my opinion, get another star to go with Ja and the others. But I don't think you need that. I think you got a group. If you get a healthy Ja Morant and this squad, I could see the Memphis Grizzlies being a playoff contender. I mean, I can get to the championship contender for sure for years to come. But I think what they need to focus on the offseason is plain and simple. Unfortunately, you look at the roster, you gave Ja Morant an extension. He should be getting one. I think he can get up to like $217 million. Brandon Clark can get an extension as well if that's going to happen. You got to think about that. Tyus Jones, Kyle Anderson, I believe they're going to be free agents after this season to be exact. Kyle Anderson, former Spur. Tyus Jones, he's with the Timberwolves. Jaren Jackson, you probably will have to pay him some money too. And then, because, when you look at those guys, they're all on the defensive side of the floor, particularly Kyle Anderson. They're guys I would sign immediately, like as soon as possible. Now, I do know at Tyus Jones, they do have his bird rights. So that actually could work out for them. So, but no, it might be hard because somebody can pay him. They got to match that contract. That might be actually tough. And then in the draft, they have the Lakers' first round pick because they traded. Oh my gosh, who did they trade? How did they get that pick? I can't remember off the top of my head, but they have that top first round pick. And they have two first round picks. They have the first round pick. I think at the draft lottery. Let me just check. Where are they drafting? I think they're drafting like. I'm trying to find out where are they in the draft. The draft lottery was last night. And the Washington Wizards, I expected, were going to be in the top 10, so they stayed there. The Memphis Grizzlies are picking 22nd, so they got some draft capital for sure because they got a pick from the Grizzlies and the Lakers. So they can definitely play around with that draft capital for sure if you're Memphis. And then, you got Steven Adams and Dylan Brooks. I think after next season, their contracts expire. So you could probably find something, a cheaper option. Who knows? Because they both, I looked at the numbers, they're making almost like $30 million combined. So Memphis Grizzlies have an interesting offseason. But if they're smart, they need to keep this core intact and try to find and develop a star, get another star around Ja Morant. But they have a lot to hang their hat on. I had Taylor Jenkins. I had him second in my Coach of the Year voting. Ja Morant was my most improved player for sure. Desmond Bain, I considered him for that award as well. But shout out to the Memphis Grizzlies. So, yeah. So y'all let me know your thoughts. What you think of the Grizzlies this year? Who you looking forward to? Who they should draft? Who can they take? You think they'll keep those guys? Let me know in the comments below. But until then, I will see y'all in the Eastern Conference Finals Game 1 recap, and then a preview of the Western Conference Finals, and then the Washington Mystics video. I'll see you in a little bit. Stay up.
Listen, I'm easy to find. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.